going live today, DTLA at the Bike Shed with Luke Wessman. Just came out with Self-Made, his new series on Monster Energy. Maybe I'll get a tattoo, maybe I won't. Let's go. Yeah, you can clap. That's what we do.
We're live.
Yes, it means we're live. We're live. And we are live from DTLA, the Bike Shed. It's kind of an iconic spot down here. I've been here. We did a monster party here for Supercross. I've been here for the opening, and I was here for a Kerry Hart Foundation event that I bought some. I bought some tanks.
Yeah,
painted tanks.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on painted tanks. They sent me a thank you note and a case of beer.
Cheaper than a real tank, though, right?
Brittany, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
What's been going on?
You know, I'm a California local again.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's beautiful here in California.
It's just beautiful.
You live in a beautiful area.
I do.
You're very lucky. Danny, how you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
Yeah?
Yep, fully recovered from my X Games hangover a couple weeks ago.
That was a month ago.
It was a month ago.
Yeah.
You just recovered?
I just recovered,
Nice.
yeah.
I see you wearing a Disorder t-shirt there.
That's right, celebrating our homeboy.
Nigel Houston
Nice
with the
job.
bronze medal at the Olympics.
right.
Team Green,
There we
baby.
go.
We just got another Olympic gold this morning, I believe, in BMX from one of our, Kim, help me out, Argentinian athletes. Jose, gold medal, Monster Energy athletes. And the star of the show today, Luke Wessman, who is officially Monster Energy. What's your label now? You're our official tattoo guy?
Ambassador?
Tattoo ambassador. For many of you that obviously don't know, thanks for joining in on Twitch. Guys, we are live in the chat. We're giving away a year's supply of Monster Energy. Email Unleashed, podcast at monsterenergy.com. Must be 18 years of age or over and live in the United States. The question is going to be, where is Luke Wessman originally from? And you can drop that in the chat, drop that in the email, but
It's a hard one.
you were born in Tennessee.
I was born in Tennessee.
Born in Tennessee. So that is going to be the quiz question that I will drop throughout the show.
I mean, it's on my bio.
It's on your bio.
It's on your bio?
On Instagram, so someone can find it pretty easy.
That's good. We
Just gave it away.
listen, we don't want things to be too difficult for anybody.
Yeah.
I want
We
things.
want to give those monsters away,
Yeah.
you know?
We want to have them in people's hands.
You just had a series come out called Self-Made, which is on all Monster Energy's platforms, and I was your guinea pig.
You were, and then I was yours. You have to watch it to find out what that means.
You got to watch it. But yeah, Luke has been tattooing me now for some time. There's a picture of my face. You can zoom in on that. That's me.
It's a very good likeness.
bad, huh?
I really wanted this one at X Games, and I didn't get that one, but it's still a couple more X Games.
You wanted one of Dingo?
Yeah.
Oh. Then he has to get one of you.
Well,
Best
I'd have to like grow a beard or a mustache. I'd have to have like
Something
a really
interesting.
iconic, like, you know.
I told him
iconic
I'd
look.
get it. I'd get it at some point.
You'd get his face
Yeah.
too?
I had to talk
Yeah.
Keegan Palmer out of not. He's not a Monster ambassador. He skates for somebody else. And I had to talk him out of getting my face tattooed with the
You
Monster
should have let him
logo
do
in
it.
No, you
Should have let him do it.
I had to have a 15-minute conversation with Keegan about why he should not get my face tattooed on his foot.
I mean, I appreciate you being responsible like that. That's really nice. But
Yeah,
you should have
yeah.
done it. Let him do it.
Well, before we move on, how many of those have you given out?
I
of
think
the
I'm just the
Dingo?
only one.
Right now, I hate to
You're
say
the
you're
only one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's only
Got to
been-
start somewhere.
Are you going to get another one
Of yourself?
to make it two?
There's a Rodney one in there. I almost got that,
Yeah.
but I
The Rodney one would be cool too.
yeah.
Like a Mount Rushmore, a Monster Rushmore.
Yeah. One day I'll get the Rodney tattoo. All right, so you officially are ambassador now. How you've been doing the Monster Party? So for those who don't know, we have Luke kind of do these pop-ups, and we're here in the shop. You work out of the shop quite a bit here at the Bike Shed.
Weekly. I'm here weekly.
You're here
Yeah.
weekly.
Yeah.
So anybody that wants to get a tattoo in Los Angeles or want to set up an appointment, you can come here to the beautiful Bike Shed. And what is this room in here called?
The paint shop.
This is called the paint shop. You can come and get painted here at the Bike Shed by Luke or other tattoo artists. There was somebody in here yesterday who was very attractive. So,
We have some,
not that
we have
you're
some
not
good. We have some good-looking
was
people
it.
here.
Not that you're
Him
not
or her?
attractive.
It was a her.
Okay,
It was. There's some good looking. He's a good looking guy.
Yeah, there's some decent-looking guys here too. Yeah, whatever you want, wherever you're coming from.
But you started drilling for us at events, and
Yeah.
and now I feel like you've been doing this for some years. We at Aspen, we have a pop-up where in the athlete lounge or the VIP kind of monster lounge at the hotels that we do, you can come in, you can get some drinks, and you can watch whatever sports we got on, and then there will be a barber there, and then there's you tattooing in the corner. And I feel like the biggest line.
It's kind of the biggest spot of the event. Because everybody wants something, and they want to memorize the event, and they want to get tats with their buddies, and they want to get and I do good work.
You do great work. You do great
Very
work.
great work. I can attest to it. I got these palm trees.
Let's show that one.
There.
He was doing some sports.
I was
He
doing
moved his
sports
arm a lot.
afterward, but there's. But that's the thing with tattoos is tattoo care, right?
Well, I can only do it. Then what happens after it leaves is out of my hands.
What are like the three biggest taboo things you could do after getting a tattoo?
You could go swimming.
In the ocean or
direct,
any ocean?
any swimming.
Okay.
Pool or saltwater.
Okay.
Direct sunlight, and then what's the third? What would the third be?
Not itch it.
Don't itch it and scratch it. You
Or
guys
or like
threes.
lotion lotion with oils. I feel like if you over lotion it.
the wrong ointment. Too much of the wrong ointment can kind of mess with how it heals. There's a lot of
You
variables.
know what? Like that's actually a good conversation. This is my first tattoo. You paid for this.
That's awesome.
I did?
I was 17.
Well, that's a really nice one.
And it says Dingo. It says Dingo.
There we go.
How much did I pay for that?
Probably 75
Okay,
bucks.
great friend.
$75?
This was
You
in
get
2003.
$75.
Oh,
Is that a house?
Jeez.
It was in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, could have got a Cadillac for the same price back then. Right?
Yeah. But what was your first tattoo?
My first was my last name across my back.
Ooh, very Sheckler of you.
Yeah, well, I did it before him.
He was the first one. Yeah.
We were
a
there in the
little
room
older.
with Sheckler.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That was that Hart and Huntington tattoo.
That's OG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's when me and Danny got Radical Dude Tat. Show me Radical Dude Tat.
Oh, I love that.
That was pretty good.
We
love
started a
it.
club called the Radical Dude Tat, and that's when Ryan thought he should get Sheckler, shoulder blade to shoulder blade. He was not 18. He was
18 and a half.
I wasn't
Well,
18 either. I
we
was
had to
16.
get it approved, and then his mom came in and lost her shit.
Oh.
Not knowing that he would end up being.
Well, look at him now. He's
yeah.
tatted up.
Yeah.
Look at me now.
So your first was your name across the back.
First, I was getting tattooed in my friend's apartment. I was 16. I had to go to Kinko's with a book and make copies of the lettering I wanted. I had to pick the lettering, and I made it the right size, and then I brought it to the artist, and he placed them and like made the whole thing, and next thing I know, I was tattooed.
At that point.
And then it never stopped. I never stopped getting them after that.
Is it at that point you realized that you wanted to tattoo?
No, not for a couple years later. I was kind of just like getting them, and it was a time where you didn't know like tattooing was like a profession. It was like this secret gypsy thing.
Can we talk about years here? I know you're not
Yeah.
secret about your age. What year is this?
This was probably, I'm 45, and this was 30 years ago.
So tattooing back then, I don't think was cool.
No, it was edgy. It was gang neighborhoods. It was bikers. It was sailors. It was still that old. It wasn't artsy
Yeah.
as much. It
Right.
still had that, but it was. I got it because I wanted to look tougher. I was a really nice young kid, skinny, on my own, and I just wanted it. I kind of got it like it was armor. Like I thought it was going to be like.
I like that you threw in skinny, just
Well,
to lay.
yeah, well, you know.
Skinny.
I use that word a lot now too in past tense.
Well, I feel like it makes you look tougher. If you're really skinny, you get a bunch of tats, you look tough.
I was
all of
saying
a
I
sudden.
wanted
You
to
gained
look like
some
I've
weight
been
on
to
that
jail.
one.
I wanted to
Yeah.
look like I've been to jail because I grew up around all the gangs, and I
Can we
wasn't.
talk
like-
about your childhood a little? Because I know it was a little gypsy-like and
Yeah.
a little all over the place, right?
Yeah, so parents were hippies, old school hippies, and they made it to Tennessee, and there was this farm there, and there's some documentaries on it. It's called like The Community, I think. And it was a hippie farm, like organic living, like way back before it was hip.
Yeah.
And so they had me there, and then they hitchhiked to California with me and my older brother when we were like babies.
So you don't remember that
Not
actual
really.
process?
No.
Did they ever tell you some they must have seen some shit.
Yeah, how
along the
long
way.
do you think, or did
Danny,
they say
Danny
it took?
hitchhiked across the country once.
I think they got there pretty quick, maybe a couple weeks or something. I mean, old school thumb out babies
Yeah.
around this, and we just grew up, in state parks and beaches. And so at the time, it was like really exciting because you're just a kid and you're on this adventure. looking back, you're like, holy shit, that was wild, and you know, it was different.
Times
And it
were
wasn't
different then.
normal, and
Yeah, was Ted Bundy around at that time?
yeah, I think so. Actually, I was a baby when he was around.
Do you remember like a white little V-dub?
Yeah. So
So you made it to California.
made it to California, and then kind of grew up and down the coast. My parents really liked staying in like state beaches and camping. I grew up camping. That's where I lived, on campsites. It was crazy, but like I said, it was just fun. We were like kids, you know. Got into surfing a little bit, and then my parents just left. Like it was like that Joe Dirt movie, where he just leaves them at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I
They
got a
basically
dad that did the same thing.
they left when I was like 14, 15, and they took off. And then one of my best friends was like, "Oh, you're gonna live with me." Luckily, I didn't have to feel like homeless, but it was like my buddy was right there to be like, "Hey, I got you. You can live with me and my mom."
You guys got left at the Grand Canyon?
No, there's a movie where it happens.
Great movie.
That's
Joe
why
Dirt.
they didn't
Joe
name
Dirt.
you none of makers.
But this was in Oceanside or?
This was in Oceanside.
Oh, that's not a bad place to be left, though.
No, beach.
Well-
you know, it's fine.
being left in the first places.
I mean, you could have been left in Laguna.
Or Hemet or something. No offense to Hemet. It's just different out there. It's hot.
Can you just drive up to Corona Del Mar and just leave me at this house?
Yeah. Can you have left me somewhere like La Jolla or something?
That's wild, though. Like,
Yeah.
What about your brother?
So I have an older brother, 2 years older, and he kind of just fended for himself too.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately,
Are
kind
you guys still close?
Not really. I'm more
Yeah.
close with my younger brother. My older brother, good, hardworking guy, built a family, kind of did his own thing.
It happens.
And
I mean,
we
like,
just kind of unfortunately fend for ourselves, and then my close friends became my family growing up. We all like look out for each other, and
that was like us.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like a kid when I started sleeping on Danny's couch.
Yeah, I think from you were like 15 on, I
Yeah.
basically
It's
adopted.
kind of wild. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I remember like, I had like a phone book. This is no cell phones. I had like a
Yeah.
phone book with people's numbers in it.
Yeah.
And that's how I'd like get around.
So how did your parents feel? You're like, this guy, this Australian guy is just freaking.
Well, no,
saying
he was already living on his own.
Oh, you're already on your own?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
I mean, I'd kind of been living on my own since, well, about 19 really.
Okay.
So just a couple months after like moving out on my own, Dingo moved in.
Yeah.
And he never really left.
I got a roommate.
Like he literally
There
never
was
left
5 other
because
people there.
there was we had quite a household of like snowboarders, just
In a
living the
2-bedroom
mammoth
apartment.
lifestyle thing, you know.
Do you miss that ever, or is it kind of like, I'm glad I did it and I don't do it anymore?
Oh yeah, I miss it all the time. I mean, it's nice to have your own
Kinda
space,
true, man.
but it's
It's
like
like-
quiet, you know, where
But we also like grew up like traveling on this bus that you've stayed
Yeah.
at. This is Danny's first bus he bought, a 93, 94 Winnebago.
This was yours.
Yeah, which I learned how to drive on.
That's a
I got my
great
license and
first
just
car.
I learned to sail this thing.
That's a great first car, because then anything else is easy to drive after that.
That one was really easy though, because it was like you were driving your living room around. It was like the unleaded, like old Winnebago style. And then I got a really fancier one a couple years later, which I kind of regretted because it
Didn't
wasn't
have
as
the
easy to
same-
drive. It was like that like truck
The
front.
truck was sick though.
Yeah, it had power, but it was like you
It was
couldn't
like
really
a,
see
it was
out
like a
the
big
side.
unmover. So it was like a truck,
Yeah.
like bed, and then it had the bunk above, and then it had
Oh,
the big trailer in the back.
Yeah.
He bought that thing brand
That was
new.
the life though. I would definitely go back to the day I bought that motorhome and then even do more trips.
Yeah.
I basically bought it to get Dingo out of the house.
You're like,
I
"You're
was
saying
like,
this in the
I was like, here's the
driveway."
deal. We've maxed out this condo. It's time to expand.
Build an extension in the driveway. Here you
Yeah.
go.
So let's go back to, all right, so we're in California. When did you start training martial arts? And I know you've got a close friend.
So my brother who took me in is a black belt, and he's been training our whole life. So throughout watching him do
That's
that,
your brother?
he's the one that took me in.
So it's not, yeah, okay, cool.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Brian Talbert with Violent Gentleman. He kind of took me in. So along that journey of him getting his black belt, I'd pop in and out and train. So I've never trained full on. I've just always trained a little bit throughout the years. So
Can you leg kick Danny?
yeah,
We can do that
Anyone
later.
can leg kick Danny.
yeah.
Oh, not really. I have
kick
short
anybody.
legs.
No, but
We can leg kick you.
I wouldn't consider
could head
myself
kick me.
a super gnarly martial
Yeah.
arts guy at all. I've just dabbled in it throughout my life because of my associations with my brother and his friends. So I still pop in and out, but I've got injuries from surfing and other stuff. So I'm not full on. I
Are
do
you a big skateboarder?
mostly surfing was
Yeah.
my big thing. You know, yeah, surfed all over.
Longboard or
sponsored.
shortboard?
Longboard, but I rode it like a shortboard.
That's okay.
I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. What's your favorite wave to surf?
Wind and Sea in La Jolla, actually. Just this like perfect fast left,
Do you have
right?
it? He's a big surfer
Yeah,
back there.
Wind and Sea, man. Oh, just perfect.
Did you watch any of the surfing in the
I've
Olympics?
been watching a little bit of it.
Oh.
That's so cool where they're doing it off that boat. They have the Olympic what?
It's in Tehapu. What is it called?
Yeah.
They're not doing it off a boat.
I know, but
they're sleeping on a boat.
They're sleeping on the
And
Olympic.
they're doing it in a famous surfway.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But it's
the
still an
French
Olympic
Riviera
boat.
Islands.
It's still an Olympic boat.
It's
And
kind of
so
hard
cool.
for me to understand a little bit.
Well,
because,
you've slept in 2 Olympic villages. Did you really sleep on cardboard beds?
what? No.
Have you seen all the hype this year? All the kids are complaining in the Olympic Village. They're all showcasing their cardboard beds.
Oh, it's not very loud.
And then the surfers are on a floating like sea line cruiser,
Yeah, or they have
and
a
they've
big
all got
old
real
cruise
beds.
ship.
Yeah, they're on a cruise ship.
I mean, once you build your whole life to go there and compete, right? It's like, who cares about where you stay?
Yeah,
Well, that's
kind of
also
like-
too.
It's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Like I saw
you
like
know?
one comment. I love comment sections. Spent half my life on the
First
comment
time I go
section.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do they think about this?
Yeah, let me see what everyone's.
Yeah, chime in.
But it's like these are the most highly tuned humans in the world. They will sleep on a concrete floor and be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
If I do it now, I'm hurting,
Yeah.
like rigid.
But the surfers being sick.
Yeah,
I think it was.
complain about a bed being too soft these
Yeah.
days.
I think it was quarterfinals. We got to watch, and it was Gabriel Medina that has that famous picture,
Yes.
right? The Brazilian. He's a monster guy. Shout out! But it has been epic to watch. That swell was gnarly. Like people could have got hurt. They powered through it. So surfing on that front,
Yeah, that's
really
great.
cool. Also really cool to see just, obviously Yuto, Jagger, and then really cool to see Nigel just collect that podium medal. He really deserved. I think if judging was a little differently, he could have got second. If they judged it just on your contest runs, Nigel could have got a gold. It's just how it is. But at the end of the day, like, he deserved to be on that podium.
He's a beast.
It's just
Yeah,
really
he was
cool.
feeling incredible.
Me and Danny were talking about this morning. Danny was 2-time Olympic silver medalist. 2002 was his first Olympic silver. 2006 was his
tattoo of the ring?
second.
No.
He's got an Olympic ring on
I
today.
don't.
Or
but
rings.
That is a popular question. A lot of people who go to the Olympics get the Olympic rings tattooed.
but
And you
that's
were
a
just
nice ring.
mentioning that you'd tattooed a gold medal on one of our
On
guys,
Sage.
Sage
Yeah.
Kosberg. He just tattooed.
You did?
A big medal from when he won, the actual medal. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I got 2 shoulders. I could do like double silver over here.
Shoulders.
But no, I should get the rings. I feel
They're
like
cool, like, and it's something that no one else can get unless you've done that. So
Yeah.
it's like really cool.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
get
you're in
it.
the right place. Maybe you should get one today.
well, it seems like
Somebody
it would
should.
be a little
Somebody
less
should.
painful. Do I do the colors or switch it out and just
I reckon you gotta do the colors.
gotta do the colors?
Black and white and gray. Like that's like
We
the
are
tattoos
always
I
on
like.
not on the same page.
It's okay. That's
Well, where should I get it?
perfect. Yin and yang.
Should I get it right here?
Get it on your ring finger.
Lower back.
Yeah, your lower
Hot
back.
spot.
Hot
I gotta
spot.
grab one of
We've
these
renamed the
Monster
tramp stamp.
coffee
You-
drink.
yeah,
hot
it's,
spot.
it's not a tramp stamp. It's a hot spot.
We're bringing it back.
It's
Bringing
a
it
hot
back.
spot.
Thanks, Monster.
Don't spill that on your shirt.
Well,
Alright.
I already.
Wow. All
I
right.
did this. I made this stain because I was wearing this shirt when I watched the Olympics when Nyjah
You were getting
stomped that
excited.
freaking. I think it was like nollie heel flip
Cool.
K grind. Oh,
All right, so let's get into when you started tattooing. How and when did you kind of cross over and feel like, hey, I'm gonna start? Like, I've always wondered, like, it's an art. Obviously, it's an art form.
Yeah, yeah.
But as a tattoo artist, you got to start drilling first. Like, who's gonna let you drill them?
The start is hard. It's hard to start. I had an apprenticeship. The story is very long. I'll try to make it short.
I mean, that's what we're here to do.
But the way I made it into tattooing was I was getting them a lot. My older brother had a friend that was doing it in the neighborhood in Oceanside.
Yep.
And this guy, Jay Betts, he's still there. Great tattooer. He had an artist come. This guy, Milford Barnes, was a surfer. I started surfing with him and become friends with him as a young guy. I'd surf the Oceanside Pier all the time. And we just became good buds. And he's like, I want to teach you how to tattoo. Meanwhile, I was an electrician living on my own. Like, I didn't really want to chase like some artistic thing. I was like, I want to get my bills paid. I got to be okay. But this guy, he kept talking to me. He's like, I think you have it. You're going to be, I painted and drew all my childhood. He's like, I want to teach you how to tattoo. And it just shocked me because at that time you didn't know about tattooing. Like as a career, it just like people did it and then people didn't. It wasn't like, hey, this is a pathway to be a tattoo artist. But I was on the pathway. He was like, I want to teach you and I want you to be my apprentice. So I learned from the bottom up, a year and a half, sweeping and mopping, making needles, all the old school stuff. And then started tattooing on myself. Did a couple on my legs. And then I started tattooing my friends. And because of that 1.5-year apprenticeship, it wasn't garbage. You know, nothing was garbage, you know? So, and I just dove in. And then I ended up owning a shop as a young guy in San Diego for 10 years. And then now I've been doing it almost 30. So I've just been giving it my all for most of my life.
But that's kind of it. I'll let you jump in a second.
Okay. You can hear my little voical expression.
I can hear it. I can hear it. Do you want to go?
Well, I'm a painter as well, and I just wanted to, I want you to ask your question, but I want to know what the difference, like what did you find like similar to painting versus tattooing? Is there shading? What kind of paint did you use?
Yeah, so the actual like artistic element of tattooing, which I think is only about 25%, because then there's like people management, life, and you know, there's all these other things. Painting in itself, though, is very, very much the same. Shadows and line work if you're drawing, or depending on what style you're doing, right?
Right.
I think tattooing has some more fundamentals that you have to watch out for because you're on a living organism rather than just a canvas.
Yeah, you can't really erase it.
Yeah, stuff happens and healing and everything's different. But there's so many layers to tattooing. A lot of it's like dealing with people and being social. So it's hard to just be an artist where you can hide in your room. Not hide, but like be in your room.
Yeah.
And not have to like listen
What's
to
wrong with hiding in your room?
Nothing, and I love it, you know, and it's beautiful. But you know, tattooing is so much more than just the artist. That's just like one like piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Because you have to deal with clientele, you have to deal with, you know, money management, you have to deal with like all those other pieces of tattooing, and you can't just be an artist, which sometimes I get frustrated.
Well, it's also like I feel personally when I'm doing commission work, it's like their vision and my vision are they sometimes aren't eye to eye, and then the pressure is on to where if you have creative freedom as a painter, you can really go with something that's inside of like what you feel versus what they want, and it has to be like this is exactly what I was thinking. You're like, okay, that's good.
That's the hard part between your own vision and then. So for me, I look at myself as more of like, yeah, I've spent all these years building a style and a taste level, and so people hopefully come to me for that and trust me. But if they don't, I realize that I'm also here to interpret what they want for them. Like I'm doing this for them as a service to make like whatever dreams come true that they have of representing a birth or a death or a job or an accomplishment. So I take a little bit of myself out of it, probably more than some artists, and I really just try to make it about that person and what they want. And not like, oh, you got to get what I do because this is what I want. So I try to have a healthy balance of like my own opinion of like what they should do, and give them what they want and what they're looking for.
Nice.
But just staying holding true to like fundamentals that are like this is what makes a good tattoo. So you can't go too far off and be super crazy and creative. You have to hold on to some fundamentals. Yeah. Like line works and different things, shading, styles and stuff. You can't get super like loose. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like. These people want what they want.
Right.
You've got to deliver what they want.
I'm in the position to do it for them. So if they want my input and the more they want, it's probably a good idea because I've seen a lot and done a lot. But I have to take a little bit of my opinion out. Yeah. And just give them my expertise, but also let them tell me what they're looking for.
Have you ever actually like said no, where it was like you knew this was going to be a bad tattoo?
Oh yeah.
Where you're like, I won't do it.
Yeah.
And then still gone through with it, or no?
Most of the time, I've gotten better at being like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my name on it. And it's mostly because of the energy of the person. You know, maybe it's the hippie roots. I'm a little sensitive to people. And if someone's just like got funky energy, and I know they're going to be a hassle or just a pain in the ass and not trust me enough, because I'm doing, you know, 30 years of research. I've been tattooing almost 30 years. I'm going to give you the best with a lot of knowledge of what you want. And if they don't trust me and they're fighting with me on the design, I can kind of sense that. And I'll be like, maybe I'm not your guy. And that's more to just protect my peace and not stress myself out. Yeah.
Well, there's really nothing worse. Like when I've done projects or mural projects, and I just didn't believe in what I was doing because of whatever reason, maybe the creative direction, they had a vision and they were telling me how to do my job, and I couldn't put my spin on it. And even though against my better judgment, maybe the money was good, I would do it, and I'm like, I'm not posting that. Like there's paintings now that I've done that no one knows. Like Instagram doesn't know, just the person who bought it and me. Like that's it, because I gave them what they wanted, but did I feel great about it? Not to be so proud. I love it when I'm proud about my work. Like look what I did. Like post it, you know, share it to my friends, share it to my family. But when you kind of do that, it definitely, I admire that, because I have not always.
It's hard.
I've taken a couple stances of like painting animals. Like I was never going to do that before. Now I'm kind of doing it because I got good, because I just knew I wasn't that great yet. Yeah. But I think that that's definitely something, like say no to what you don't truly believe
Yeah.
in, because eventually you'll have those feelings of like, dang, I kind of sold out on that.
And sometimes a little criticism helps you make
Yeah.
it, and you can kind of like, you fight your ego a little bit and go, okay, let me hear what you're saying. And there's a balance with that. And then
Yeah.
sometimes people are just like, change this, change that, change that, change that. And then everything is just not lining up with the design.
You're like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst tattoo you've ever done?
The one on your knees?
No, they weren't bad. I tattooed this really beautiful woman in my house when I was just starting out, and I just wasn't there, you know? It takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And it was a little dancing, it was a bad drawing that they brought in, and I didn't know enough about art, tattoo art, to fix it, to make it a better thing, so I just did it, and it was a hard learning curve for me. It still haunts me a little bit. It's just a little silhouette of a
How was her
dancer.
reaction?
She was fine, you know. But,
ruined her
But
body.
I'm like, holy shit, you know. It was like on her hip, and there's been very few of those that have ever came out of me, and so that one was tough because I just didn't have it down. It was brand new, and she's like, yeah,
It's
sure.
hard.
Yeah, the first couple
Don't
years.
you
were
get like
tricky.
a pumpkin or like a watermelon? Like, aren't you starting to do it on like a piece of?
Now people make like fake hands and
Yeah.
fake skin, and there's a lot of ways to practice.
Ooh, pumpkin.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
I
a
was
melon
wondering,
or.
so do you have to learn like the different parts of the body as far as like the muscle tone, the bone, you know, and like
Yeah.
where the butt cheek?
curve.
There's so
How'd you go butt cheek?
like from
Because I
here.
figured it'd be like softer, you know.
It hurts though more.
Yeah,
More,
the
but
butt
the
cheek
nerves
does
are
hurt.
still there. But on your, like say from here to here, you probably have like 15 different like elasticities of skin. You have,
Yeah.
like really stretchy, you know, tighter. So like this area would take a tattoo a lot easier than
Yeah.
like this area, or this even because it flexes a lot. So there's all
Danny
this
needs a
easy-
lesson on how to take care of tattoos.
Besides the genitalia, what's your least favorite part of the body to tattoo?
Genitalia?
Or maybe
Maybe.
I wouldn't say that's the least favorite. It's just the most weird and unique. And
Okay.
you know, I've only done it one time on somebody.
What was it?
It was a friend of mine.
He touched his.
I had gloves on. I'm like, hey, I'm a professional.
I had gloves on.
He was a wild guy.
yeah.
No.
Like, hey, we're gonna wrap around this can.
Cut the blood
So
circulation.
he held it for me, right?
We're
Pull it out.
gonna get taken off air real quick.
And I put love with a broken heart and destroyer on the other side.
Wow.
Yeah, very romantic.
Yin and yang.
Yeah,
I
he's
like
a great
that.
guy. He died, cancer.
Oh, R.I.P.
All right.
Fuck cancer.
I'm not laughing at that.
Yeah.
Just he was a great guy.
Yeah.
RIP Mike.
What's your most favorite piece you've ever done?
You know, this question is asked a lot, and it's like, as an artist, and you're probably the same, you're so critical. If you're trying to get better and you're paying attention, so I'm never reveling in it. I'm always like, I could have done that different. And so I'm tortured by every piece I've ever done.
Yeah, it'll be like my favorite for a little bit, and then now, like, I mean, there are paintings that I've done that I was just like, I would always just like, that's me. This
Yeah.
is like, they're like, what have
Yeah.
you done? I'm like this, and now I'm like, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Like, because it just you
You're
evolve.
evolving, yeah.
You evolve as an artist. You evolve as just in your life. So it's really hard to focus on
Yeah.
one and be like a one.
I do have a couple like bodysuits that I'm like proud of, that like going through that with the client for
Yeah.
years, multiple years, like
Bodysuit
4 years,
meaning
like full body.
full.
And that's like a commitment of him and me, and working on design and being together for like 4 years. You become very, very good friends. But I will say the dingo head on your leg is one of my favorites.
That's sick. I appreciate
one's
that.
awesome.
I appreciate that. It must be cool. It must be cool for you too. I know we're about to go to commercial here, and I believe you're tattooing me today. That's what I believe. I just was told.
Subtle.
Here comes tattoo
I was
number,
just told the
favorite number two.
tease,
It's real subtle.
and I didn't really know how to
It's a
say
rough
it.
tease, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to commercial in a second, and when we come back, I'm getting a tattoo, but it's a very special tattoo, and that's why I want to say it must be cool. I mean, obviously you've tattooed all sorts of people and all sorts of walks of life,
Yes,
from
everybody.
construction workers to Olympic medalists to entertainers to CEOs or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? There's this whole compilation in all walks of life, which I heard you say that, and I really appreciated how you kind of worded that. But it must be cool to come in and have all these action sport athletes that are like, you're sitting in there just drilling these guys.
I love it for me coming from, where I did it. It's nice to be introduced to a lot of the monster athletes that I haven't really known, and sports I haven't really like dove into, and I get to talk about it. We get to talk about the experiences.
Plenty more talking coming
Yeah.
right back.
Yeah.
We're going to commercial. Thank you, guys.
Little girls aspire to be Lizzie Armanto. I don't think she has to go out and win any more gold medals or do anything like that. I think all she has to do is just have fun and just be herself. You get to a level in a point, especially as a professional skateboarder, you don't really have that much to prove anymore. So you're just refining your technique, you're doing what you're doing. And the bottom line is that she's gonna bless everybody that she comes into contact with and also influence the rest of the world, especially other women skaters, by just doing that.
I used to toss a coin in the waterfalls in the wishing well. Now I get plenty coin, but I'm self-made. You ain't gotta wish me well. You ain't like me then, but I guess it's past tense, cause you tapped in. You was never who you said. I see the facade when looking, it really be like to tell. My guard up, I ain't taking nails. If it's not in my favor, won't sign a deal. I got the royalty in the mail. I got authority in the field. Take a look in my iris. I be precise with the timing. I never know where my mind went.
Most of all the days we never got to live, they are so real to me. I guess we must have fooled time when we made it through to this side of our memories. So dream of me as if I'm a little spark shooting off of a campfire, swirling with the smoke, and up I go, perhaps towards the night sky, and you will see the afterglow, but sometime pretty soon I'll be out of sight. Most of all the days we never got to live, they are so real to me. And I will keep on full time, also from the other side of our memories. When all that's left is memories. When all that's left is memories.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, so we're doing a live tattoo, and we are putting, I don't really know if it's
Tattoo roulette.
No, it's not tattoo roulette.
Spin the wheel.
Did we play the Pat Casey video? We just played it? Okay, cool. So I wear this bracelet every day, Pat Casey forever. We just hit the 1 year anniversary. R.I.P. to Pat Casey, legendary BMX rider, family friend of Monster, friends of a lot of ours, very close friend. And tragically, you know, it's been, it's just over a year now. So what happened is, Luke's actually been tattooing a lot of Pat Casey tattoos on a lot of his friends in the BMX community and the Monster Energy community and the action sport community in whole, I should say. But we were able to go through his doodle book.
Yeah, he had a good sketchbook.
Yeah, you can explain it.
Yeah, so I was trying to design stuff for the Monster X Games and stuff, and I was trying to do stuff that meant something to people, whether it be their sports or whatever, but it was right after Pat Casey had passed. And so we were talking with the family a little bit, and they're like, well, he had a sketchbook. I'm like, oh, I'd love to see those. We can recreate some of those and offer them as tattoos for people to kind of pay their respects. And so this little guy was one of the designs in the sketchbook.
So I thought it was an owl.
It's an angry bird.
I thought maybe it was a penguin. She said angry bird, which I kind of thought.
I mean, if you look at the foot, it's very penguin-like foot.
But
It is a penguin foot.
It's a webbed foot.
But the eyes have an owl.
the angry.
The eyes have an owl look.
But there's also a penguin-looking angry bird, too. Like the
Right.
little purple one, right? Or
But
blue?
But I like calling it an owl.
I mean, it is what it is. I guess we can't ask.
Well, it's going to be a tattoo soon.
Yeah.
So here I am. I'm getting a Pat Casey actual drawn tattoo from his doodle book, which is really cool. I love you, brother.
Is this your first Pat Casey tattoo?
Yes, it is. It is. Unfortunately, my leg is starting to tell a bit of a story.
Yes.
We can go in here. Can you see?
Don't put your dirty shoe on your clean area that he just cleaned.
Sorry, my bad. But you can see there's Ken Block, 43. You did that palm tree.
We did that in the self-made video.
My brother's birthday, and then there's a Kobe one back here,
Yep.
too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The leg's just happening.
There's
Somebody
a
was like, "You're still alive," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess."
How many tattoos have you given of someone's face on their own body?
Might be the only one.
Really?
Nice.
That's incredible because you've probably, how many people do you think overall you've tattooed?
I can't even begin to count. Hundreds of thousands, literally.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because I worked, at Miami Ink, where we were just slammed every day, and you're doing I'm doing 4 times as much tattooing as normal people in a day.
Yep.
Which has probably made me a quicker tattooer.
Yeah, I
And
forget
we
the
were
word
just-
our CMO used, but he called me. It wasn't egotistical.
Oh, to get your own face? I will say I met Dingo 10 years ago at a party at
At
Disneyland
Disneyland.
at a private dinner.
Yeah.
And
Holly's
I liked
dinner
him
party.
immediately. And so to come back around and be part of Monster with him kind of.
We
gave
had
me
a
little extra
dinner.
love.
We had
Yeah.
a 5-course dinner that there was a different wine pairing with every dish
was fancy.
in what would be Walt Disney's
Apartment.
In
apartment.
Disneyland.
That's cool.
No, in his apartment.
Hidden,
in
people
Disney.
can't. Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
baller.
Yeah, 21 Club. I still have that pin.
Oh, the
I work-
21 Club. Yeah.
No, that's the 33
Oh,
Club.
the
You don't know about the
33.
21.
Yeah.
I don't know about the. Yeah,
you do
I know the
not.
33.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten invited to the 21.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. Now we got to make sure we like the spot and
Yeah,
the, and
it's
the
good. Oh, I
location.
mean, make sure you don't hit the bone. Yeah, you're good.
No, hit the bone. Let's watch him squeal.
You squeal. All right, so we're going in. So we're getting a live tattoo today by Luke Wessman, Monster Tattoo Ambassador. And all right.
Putting the gloves on.
I've actually tattooed Luke. We'll show you that later.
Yeah.
I tattooed him.
Keeps
in
the
it.
rings on in the gloves too.
I used to work for an old guy that would cut them out so he could show them.
Yeah.
Not sanitary.
No.
No.
Not sanitary. So I
All right,
just,
can
yeah, I
we
just
talk
put
about
them
the
underneath.
sanitary department real quick? Like,
No, that's not. No, I will say that.
Where
this,
is that department?
Yeah,
sanitary department.
This
Like
is
HR.
probably cleaner and safer than your dental office or your hospital. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Because everything's single use.
I got a text
thrown away.
message from my dentist yesterday.
What'd he say?
Yeah,
You
you're
need to
gonna
come
edit
in.
that?
He said you
Come in.
I have to drag.
It's been
You
a
should see
minute.
me-
I don't think
kick-
that was him.
Hey, you think I kick and squeal here? You should see me kick and squeal in the dentist chair.
Oh, it's
I
hard.
gripped the side.
Oh, whoever has to work on me that day, I really enjoy getting my teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy the process.
All right, you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, that wonderful
Man.
feeling.
That feels good.
I love it.
And
I
is
love
this
it
one
so
of
much.
the? Is this a 3 needle?
This is a 7 needle.
7, so that's going to be a thicker line,
Since
right?
we're kind of doing it fast, we're doing it live.
Yep.
The thicker the needle, the easier to show no squiggles. A thin line is like anything you see. Thick, you get a little freedom. So
Yeah, the thin lines are.
tip.
The thin lines, I think, fade faster.
They also fade a lot faster.
Yeah,
Thin ones.
Yep.
they do.
Show us the butterfly.
That's a nice
That's a
butterfly.
moth. It's from
Duck moth.
That's from Dr. Wu. It is.
Aren't moths and butterflies like kind of the same thing?
I mean, yeah, sure.
They have a lot of similarities.
They do.
But
Like
don't
what-
moths turn into butterflies, or
No.
is it caterpillars?
Caterpillars.
Okay.
How fast do you think? Like, what's the quickest? How fast do you think you can do that tattoo? Well, we're about to find out.
We're about to find out, but I'm thinking 20 minutes, I'm thinking.
Nice.
I think, dude, you're going pretty fast. I think you're doing this in 7.
I like to
You got any-
under promise, over deliver.
Right.
Dingo's looking a little, he's either uncomfortable or he's waiting for me to say something uncomfortable. I can't.
I'm a bit of both. I wish I enjoyed this process, but I really don't.
No.
I think the first like couple minutes are the hardest, and then you kind of get used to it and you kind
Yeah.
of zone out a little bit. As far as like,
your endorphins kick in a little bit. Yeah, your body kind of works against like fighting the pain.
So, cool fun fact here, actually, because the camera's right here. This scar right here is from a BMX triple trap when I was a kid. So it's from a BMX.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I used to race
that's
BMX
cool.
as a kid, yeah.
Nice.
I see the tie-in there.
Yeah. I used to race BMX. I kind of sucked at jumping. Like going down on a BMX bike, like having the bars and the pedals, and then when you're racing, you race these things
Stay
called
still.
triple traps. And when the triple trap hits you in the shin,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I always say move as much as you want. It's your tattoo if you want it to be squiggly.
Yeah, if you wanted to have an extra
But I
toe,
agree with you,
keep
Dingo. I
moving.
think falling on a bike is one of the more painful things you can do because everyone experiences it.
first time I ever got winded was on a BMX bike.
Well, it's because there's so many, like, when you fall actually on the bike, right?
Yeah, and everyone always learns how to ride a bike, right? Like you've fallen on a bike before.
I have, when I was little.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're done.
So if we want a little shading to style it out a little bit, then
I think you should shade it.
That was under 7 minutes.
that was pretty good, right?
That was like 5.
Good thing I don't charge by the hour, huh?
What? Oh, you want to show them?
Oh, well,
There's the Ken Block, KB43, RIP.
I'll point
22 for my brother's birthday, RIP. Kobe Bryant,
RIP.
RIP.
yeah, you do a lot of
Countries
commemorative
alive.
tattoos.
Yeah, so what I'm doing with this leg is I'm patching it out. I'm going to fill my whole leg in with patches.
That looks cool. You should shade it.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I would say there's different ways to get tatted. Like you could plan a whole sleeve and make one big beautiful piece of art, or you can like tell stories and get them along the way and different moments and for different reasons, which is pretty rad too.
What's it like when someone comes in to you and they just like want a full sleeve? Do they usually have an idea, or do you
money in the
kind of
bank.
like
Yeah.
it's money in the bank? But will you like piece it together, or
Most of the time, I'll say, show me some stuff you like, and then give me a list of things you want in it, and let me design it.
okay?
Yeah. So I'm trying to do that for Ben Wallace right now. We've been
Oh, yeah?
talking about a sleeve.
So who's your next guest on Self-Made?
We're still working on it, to be determined.
Really?
Yeah, just there's some red tape with just all the athletes and how busy they are and how
Right,
you know,
right,
the
right,
schedules.
right.
So it's like trying to lock down. It's like trying to synchronize.
I mean, Nigel might want an Olympic tat now.
That would be
Nice.
sick. Is this his first Olympics?
It's his first Olympic medal.
Oh, first Olympic medal. Yeah.
He's won gold and everything else.
Yeah, Nigel would be dope. It would just be cool. I love tattooing the different athletes that Monster has and the ambassadors.
Sorry, Dingo's face
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah.
He's like, it's like he just took a shot of
I'm about to take a shot.
about a vodka or something.
See, when I get
It's
tattoos,
really
I go through like waves. Like I'll have the idea, they'll do the stencil. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. And then when they start, I'm like, okay, now my body's tattooed and I can't go back. And then it becomes
Yeah.
like, should I be doing this? It's like a whole.
You have self-regret
Do you know what's-
as
I
it's
do.
going on.
As soon as it's like happens, I'm like, oh God, now I'm that girl, like tattoos. That's why I don't really do any in the front. I can't really see what I got except this.
Yeah, that's one thing that kind of like I wonder about is like when you get like your whole back tattooed, but you really never get to see it yourself.
It was the last tattoo I
back's
got,
bad, I can't see it.
like as a full piece, because I just I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My torso, legs, yeah, and then I knew I needed to be full, so I got something there, but yeah, you don't see it.
You
Yeah.
don't see it.
Yeah, no one.
Like when you were tattooing me at X Games and there was a great place like behind my arm to do it, but I was like, but I want to see the tattoo. Like for
Yeah.
me, I want to see it, at least look at it.
What do you feel about cover-ups? Do you have a lot of those lately since everyone's regretted the decisions they've made?
A
in the
lot of
past?
people, but a lot of touch-ups for people that do the real fine line stuff, like
Yeah.
your moth. We do
Yeah.
a lot of fixing those because they just fade.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
do.
beautiful, I think, on women that are, it's dainty and it has like a nice softness to it. But we're fixing a lot of those
Yeah.
because they just fade out a little
do.
too much sometimes. Cover-ups are hard because it's a different element of tattooing. You have to like see what's there, see what could be, and it's like much more involved. I try not to do them. And if I do them, I don't post them because I don't
Yeah.
like people to think I do them because then they'll just come to you for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel about like is there any kind of movement in the tattoo industry as far as styles or techniques? Like, you know, when the thin line tattoos became really
Yeah.
big, and then now they have, you know, the more thicker lines. Is there, or even they're doing like the nude tattoos now to help like do cover-ups. Do you see any of those?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, the huge trend is the smaller stuff.
Yeah.
And like just kind of little individual thoughts and ideas and words, and that's huge. And
Fingers, that was
Yo,
always
can we
dangerous.
add to like a little freehand and just do like a PC somewhere
Yeah.
around it, tiny?
yeah.
Have you ever
That's
done
cool.
a cover-up over a cover-up?
Oh, yeah.
Really? A
Yeah.
triple cover-up?
A cover up over scars. I've done any combination.
Does the skin color tattoo ink, is that a thing? Like, does it work?
No.
No. Okay.
It looks great for like.
Does it work? No.
Well, I'm wondering
No, it
because
looks
I'm getting a
great.
tattoo removed. Then I'm like, can you just remove tattoo over the tattoo removal so I can
Ooh,
stop
okay,
doing
that's
this?
Don't they have that like pink one that you can just?
That's what I'm asking.
Well, no, because inks are always transparent, so whatever the hard base tone is going to show through. So you could do it, and maybe when it's fresh, it might look good
Leave the
for, like,
feet clean.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Because the feet pop all like non-shaded.
but it doesn't work. It may help like dull it just a little, but it's
Okay.
going to show through. for
So if I had a pair of lips on my butt and I was trying to get it removed and that red
If
was
you did.
taking
You do.
and the red was taking a long time to
it
remove,
looks sick.
what would be something I'd put
Doesn't
over
it?
it?
Put a nice rose. Rose covers
Do you have a
everything.
rose tat?
I have 2 rose tats.
Yeah, but those are not really. That's just
See how the
not
rose
a real
dies?
rose. Get a real
Frank?
rose.
Get just a
rose.
big rose,
No, but like
Yeah, like a real rose.
full bloom, not just a little.
like a
mini
full
stem.
bloom.
What if you had
Doesn't
like
it look
a
cool?
like a name on your butt? You needed to like.
Basic.
We have
What do you
butt
think- what do you
questions.
Okay, I'll just script it. It'll let you look nicer. Piece
Yeah,
Wrong
just
cheek.
PC, Pat Casey.
What about like something like that? What would you cover something like that up?
What is that?
A
When did you
rose.
get that?
Whose name is that?
Well,
When did you get that?
that story's a little longer, but I'm just wondering.
That's nice, dude.
Show the camera.
I think he's not.
Show that to camera.
When did you get that?
Forbes Riley. She's an infomercial host.
An infomercial host?
Yeah.
And you just loved her or what?
Well, I wanted to surprise her on air, so I got the
Aw,
tattoo.
that's cool.
Oh boy.
What does your girlfriend think about that?
She actually never complains about it. But I want to get.
When did you
A
get
rose.
that tattoo?
Just get a bigger rose.
This was in a dark period, maybe 2008,
Maybe just simple.
2009. I don't know.
Just to
I
impress a girl.
never knew you had that tat.
Maybe no, maybe a little later. I know. Well, we aren't as intimate as people think we are.
Yeah, maybe you're not as good friends as you thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a little.
I'm hurt
script.
a little
What do
bit.
you think? A little script?
all
I'm trying to
right.
think if I have a tattoo you don't know about.
Yeah, maybe I got something you don't know.
Have you
about.
seen the K on my butt?
No.
Good.
Oh, I have. Is that like what? Don't you have like a Lyra sign? Or?
That was the Kelly Osbourne one.
Oh.
All right. Let me
Let's
finish
talk
this
more
off
about
here.
that one. I think
we
it's
do like
safe
that.
to say everyone has like a favorite tattatu
makes-
and a
that
least
makes it
favorite
more-
tattoo
Yeah.
if you have
A little
many.
cleaner.
Yeah.
All you need is
Well,
two.
no, but just
Oh, what it is.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't
Yeah,
have
'cause
two
it ties it
favorites.
Let me do it upside down here.
Honestly, I think my newer tattoos are always my new favorites because those are like I'm more mature. I'm making it at a more level-headed decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know I didn't get a tattoo for like 10 years?
I'm jealous.
And then I
so you
came
keep
around
getting
and-
them.
Yeah, now you haven't gone 10 months without a new tattoo.
No, I haven't.
What if though, like you have lips on your butt tattooed, and then you get it removed,
Yeah.
and then in 20 years,
When I'm
it's back in style.
when I'm 57.
When you're 57.
Oh, you're gonna be a hot 57-year-old.
I know I should get sleeved up by then.
Yeah.
Just so I can like really solidify that
I
hotness.
wonder where you'll be living then. Oh.
Who knows?
Probably Paris.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Out of all the places.
Yeah, Paris sucks.
Yeah.
I meant Paris.
I mean, sorry, Paris Olympics is great. But like, who wants to live in Paris?
Artists.
French.
Who wants
People
to
who
visit?
like
The French. Exactly.
cigarettes. The
Yeah.
French.
Oh, there we have it,
I
guys.
did become a
All right.
cigarette smoker. Ooh.
How fast was that? It was like
That was pretty
25
good.
maybe?
That was quick. Nice.
I mean, you put a lot of little extras in there. What was the Pain level on that one, Dingo, in that spot.
About a 7.
A 7?
All right, now Dingo, take
No.
his gun and do one for him.
I've already
Do you have
done
any
that.
room?
Gun.
Gun.
Machine.
Machine.
Tattoo
Did I
machine,
say
that's
that?
right, yeah.
Oh, you may have not have been part of that conversation.
I'm going to say that I wasn't a part
Yes,
of that
right,
conversation.
you didn't hear
I didn't
us.
hear anything. Get the machine out.
Thanks, dude. Thanks,
Event
R.I.P.
Thanks
Pat.
for the.
Moral support.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Thanks,
Pat.
guys. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so Tattoo Live. Thank you, Pat Casey. R.I.P. Love you, brother. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that.
Sorry I had to do that one. These ones are the best and the worst tattoos you can get.
Am I going to
leg?
stay
The best
still like
because they're
this,
the
or
most
can I
meaningful, the
come
worst
down?
because of the meaning.
Yep.
I'm going to come down. We're going to move the thing and we'll finish on the chair.
I like
Oh.
this. You should get a tattoo every episode.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
sore.
This is fun.
All right, will you want me to move this?
Here, we'll,
Here.
Oh, hey, Lola.
Lola.
Lola was under
Lola
there.
there.
She was waiting for the tattoo.
This thing's falling off. Can sound people hear me? My skin's not sticking.
All right, Jeremy, cool, we're back. All right, Danny, you can slap it if you want.
I don't want to slap it. That's unsanitary,
gonna slap it?
right?
I will.
I lost it.
Your
Yes, you will.
opened skin tone. I don't know.
Damn, I just gave an open slap and everybody denied it.
Well, we're not going to do it in front of the guy who just did it.
That's my microphone.
Yeah.
Ah!
That's how you seal it in there, right?
It is.
Ah!
It's the classic seal. I've never done it to anybody because I'm nice to people.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
The dogs can
Well, if
hear
you
No,
see
it
the
does.
things me and Dingo have done
No,
to each
I
other,
can
you
imagine.
would know.
you. Yeah, we've done a lot.
Why
of
inflict
weird
enough
things.
pain while I'm putting it in?
Guys in the chat, this is Danny's daughter, this is Lola.
Lola.
All right, year supply of Monster Energy we're giving away. Your email is unleashedpodcast@monsterenergy.com. And the trivia question is, you can drop it in the chat, but we talked about it earlier. Where was Luke Wessman born? It's on your IG. What's your IG handle? It should pop up. It's probably already popped up.
Luke Wessman.
Luke Wessman.
2 S's, no T.
2 S's.
Westman.
That's a trivia question for a year supply of Monster Energy. Must be 18 years of age and live in the United States. Sorry for our international viewers. We gotta figure that out. But what's up next, man? Like, we're halfway through the year. Like, what do you got going on?
Next, we're doing more self-made episodes with Monster Athletes, so we're just
Yep.
lining those up. That's a big deal.
Check that out too. That's on Monster YouTube. Just go to YouTube Monster Energy and then scroll down, and you will see that first episode. First episode, self-made. Can you show him the tattoo I gave you?
Yeah.
I tattooed him, and yep,
Nice.
Oh my God.
that's the Monster Energy. That's an M.
Did you freehand that?
Beautiful.
I mean, it's there.
And he shaded it and everything.
That is
Full
stank.
blacked out, yeah.
That's full blacked out.
It's one of the fresher ones on the leg, though. Is that the last tattoo you
Yeah,
did?
that's the last one I did. Last one I got. Other than that, I'm getting married this year, which is a big deal.
It's your bachelor party this weekend.
Congratulations.
Bachelor party in Vegas this weekend.
Good to hear that you're doing a real bachelor party. We don't need to go into it, but hey,
there-
man.
there's it's gonna be a full-on, nothing crazy,
nothing.
but a good one. And we got our chain smoker buddies. They're gonna be doing something for me for their day party, and
Oh, so I
know
love
I'm coming.
Alex.
They know I'm
They
coming.
know you're coming.
I've tattooed Alex a lot, so I'm like,
Alex is cool.
Coming.
I spent more time with him than the other one.
good guys.
I've been to a few wild house parties at Alex's house here in LA.
Yeah, I bet they have it. But yeah, so bachelor party, wedding, which is a big deal, and more self-made episodes, trying to just lock down the right athletes and profile them through tattooing and talk story with them.
Maybe we could
Yeah.
do that cover up, man.
Okay, yeah.
We're both in line.
Yeah,
Hey, the viewers would love that one.
But you too. I mean.
But you
But
too.
you too.
But also you could.
But I'll go first.
Okay. Let's do it.
But
Anything
yeah.
else you want to promote?
Yeah, what about the Boss merch? Where can we find, like,
I make
do you do some where
I
it's
make
like
it-
your own art?
I make it sell prints. I haven't been very active with that. I do another thing called Lost Art of the Gentleman, and I make some limited drops and limited stuff with that, and that's like kind of more my focus. I'm also working on a golf collabo with my buddy Ian Bowen, who's on Yellowstone, a great actor. Him and
Which
I are-
one is he?
He's one of the cowboys in the house. Him and I are working on a little golf thing, just like with my art and his love for the golf game.
The main girl in it.
Oh, the badass.
She's so.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're good. You love to golf. You're good at golfing. I've read.
I've gotten decent. Yeah.
Do you golf with a monster bag? Do you have a bag yet?
I don't have that Tiger Woods bag yet. I would love that thing.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, I've been.
We got to do an art show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do a monster one.
Monster
or
art show.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
I always thought it'd be cool to paint cans, but we could do other stuff. We can figure out what kind of medium we would want to do.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We could do that in the Noise Nest. I was actually thinking that. I had a viewing party for the Beast last weekend. We put like the big screen outside. And what I thought would be cool is to have artwork, like as you entered the building, walk out of the building, and they have it out there.
What if I even like painted the portraits of like the monster athletes?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, her most famous portrait is the Conor McGregor one, and Conor has it up in his
Gym.
It's in his gym. So anytime you see
Yeah.
Conor in his actual gym, and there's a huge portrait of his face,
that's
that's
her.
Britney's artwork.
Yeah.
Is it oil?
Did you
or
Joe
what
Rogan?
Acrylic.
Acrylic.
I did Rogan. I've done John Jones, and I just did Miocic, and I did
I'm gonna go look those up
Amanda.
right after this.
It's pretty cool. Like if you're from that world or you follow those guys, like Joe's a huge supporter of her.
Yep.
John Jones is a huge
Yeah.
supporter of her. It's actually really cool. Like they all show up to the art shows and
Yep.
Yeah.
post about it and like.
Yeah,
it's
right.
pretty cool.
very grateful.
No Dingo yet though? No Dingo portrait
Yeah,
yet?
maybe that's gonna go on the.
That could
in
go
our
above
art
your
show.
bed.
Yeah, and the new
Jeff
house.
would love
You
that.
would love that. Okay.
Let's pitch Jeff on that one.
I will. He's watching.
Hi, Jeff. We love Jeff. We love that you live in California now.
I know. I'm back. Monster loves it because it can stop flying me out now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We just fly Lola out now.
Hey, I'll take it.
Before we go, I was wondering, what about like, have you ever had like, what is it when you see someone famous where you're like, kind of like, not stage fright, but like
Starstruck or whatever?
starstruck? Yeah. Have you ever been starstruck while tattooing or?
No, I almost got a little excited. I did a hand tattoo for Tom Hardy, and I got a little like, I got a little.
You got a little.
But other than that, I just
Talking about good-looking guys.
yeah. I've been fortunate enough to tattoo a lot of people across the board, and I just, they're all normal people to me,
Yeah.
And so I don't really get like, oh my God. But you have some favorites, so that was a big one for me. I almost got the jitters,
That's cool.
but yeah.
Cool.
I just treat people like people, and if they're cool, they're cool.
Except Tom Hardy.
Yeah, he'd do whatever he wants. He can treat me like shit.
All right, well, Luke, we really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, everyone on the live chat. You want a year supply of Monster Energy, email unleashpodcast@monsterenergy.com. And the trivia question is, where was Luke born? Not where he resides, where was he born? Brittany, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you. Welcome to California. Danny, love you. That
Let's
nice
go, Nigel!
shirt looks great. The artwork you did on it looks great. Guys, continue watching the Olympics. It's on for the next week and a half. Let's represent coffee. Love you, brother. Thank you,
thanks for
Luke.
having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you, everybody. That's out. We're out.